Hey, it's Joshua from We Came as Romans, and you're watching Valencia Voice.
Ty Wright of the Valencia Voice here with Joshua. We came as Romans. How's it going today, man?
Going well, thank you, man.
You guys are on tour right now. How's everything been like on the tour?
It's been good. It's more than halfway over, probably about 2/3 of the way done, and so now just kind of, I wouldn't say like preparing for it to close, but definitely have that in mind because right after we fly straight to Europe, and then after Europe we fly to Australia, and after Australia we fly elsewhere to Singapore, I think.
Oh, wow.
So we're like booked until the end of the year. So this is just like the beginning for us.
That's amazing. Speaking of being booked, so you guys were just you were in Orlando over the summer Warped Tour. What do you guys like? What do you like about the Orlando crowd and everything?
Usually, Florida's been like just in general like a really good state for us since the beginning. Before we were like signed or had a booking agent or manager or anything. We actually like booked our own tours like down to Florida and back to Michigan and stuff, like way back in like 2006 and 2007. And even then, I mean, it was awesome. And so I guess like as our band has grown over the years, there are still kids that are like, "Oh man, I saw you back when there was like 30 kids there," and I'm like, "Yeah, which time?" Because there was a lot, 'cause there was a lot of those shows for us. But it's been awesome. It's one of those states that that we've been coming to since the beginning of our touring career.
Okay.
So it's usually always just treats us really well.
That's amazing. I think I speak for everyone. We really appreciate when you guys come out here. I mean, besides the album, we'll get to that in touring. What have you guys been up to really much? Just besides touring and since Warped Tour in Orlando.
This year has been really busy, and then had a brief period of not busy at all, which was really nice. But we started off January, February. We were on tour with the Used, supporting them, and then we had like maybe like a week off, and then we went in the studio for 6 or 7 weeks in California. And then after that, we had a month off, in which during that month I actually moved from Michigan to California. So I was super busy that month. And then we did all of Warped Tour on main stage, which was awesome. And then after Warped Tour was like our not busy period. We had like 4 weeks off, and I was like, all right, this is nice. Finally relax. And then I flew back to Michigan with actually the band flew out to California. We shot a music video that has yet to be released or named or anything. It's there though. I mean, it exists. That's about it. But that's actually right now in like the final stages of getting done and edited, and we'll figure out a release date for that. But so they all flew out to California. I just drove out from my apartment, and we shot the music video, flew back to Michigan, had 4 days of practice, and then left for this tour.
That's awesome. What's it like now, living in California versus Detroit, where there's the 4 seasons versus hot almost pretty much all the time, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it's awesome, actually. I really like California so far. I mean, I moved there in May, and probably combined time since May, I've maybe spent like 6 weeks there, 5 weeks there. So it's not like I'm there all that much, but it's awesome. I have a nice apartment with my girlfriend and our 2 cats, and just hanging out. Get to see. I have some friends in California. Telly, the vocalist of The Word Live, has been one of my really good friends since we first toured together in, I want to say 2010. It was a long time ago. It was before To Plant a Seed came out. So yeah, that had to have been 2010, summer 2010. And so he lives out there, so I see him. I have a friend named Justin Morrow, who's a photographer. He shoots like music videos and goes on tour and stuff. He lives out there. And our booking agent, JJ, he lives out there, so I get to see him, stop by the agency group offices.
It's not even like being away.
I know, so it's cool. I really like it.
That's cool. Say you guys have your new album out now. Debuted at it made up #1 on the indie charts.
Yeah.
Number 8. What's been the reception that you guys been hearing on that?
It's just been awesome. This tour, actually, we play a lot of new songs, a lot of songs off Tracing Back Roots, and the reception live has been great.
Okay.
And before this tour, we were only playing just the title track, and then Fade Away was the second single, and we played those on Warped Tour.
Oh,
and the reception was really good. It was it's different than our like normal songs because people were just like listening and like, oh, I haven't heard this before. And now it's like people know the songs, so they know like what parts they want to go crazy at, what parts they want to sing, and it's been awesome. I'm really excited. This is, like I said, the first tour that we've been able to play a lot of these new songs on, and so I really look forward to playing a lot more new music because, you know, we obviously had to cut some songs from our set from Understanding What We've Grown to Be and some from To Plant a Seed. And it's like, we've been playing those songs forever.
You gotta have people, some people love the favorites.
I know. I mean, we'll always play like some older stuff, but you know, I think after 5 years, it's good to retire some songs.
Put it up, come back to it.
Yeah.
At a later time. Speaking of new music, just a two-part question. What would you say of the album? What would you say is your favorite song to listen to, and then what would you say is your favorite song to perform?
My favorite song to listen to is, I would say, I Survive. It's track 3. I just really like the vibe for the song. It was something new for us. Like, we had never, you know, put out a song like that, and I'd never written anything like that. And so it was really cool, and I think the song came out awesome. That song is awesome to play live, but I think my favorite to play live is track 4. It's called Ghosts. It's just really energetic, and I mean, the crowd loves it. They know it. Yeah, it gets a little wild, I would say.
Expect any walls, any stage dives, or anything?
Unfortunately, on this tour, like, we're at the House of Blues tonight. We played a lot of House of Blues. You know, they put up the barricades, so the stage dives are at an all-time minimum. I would say, on average, 0. There's just none. You know, they have the line of security between the barricade and the stage.
Okay.
But you know, kids really seem to go nuts for that song, for Tracing Back Roots. We play another heavy song called Present, Future, and Past that seems to really get the crowd going, you know, so it's fun. It's fun.
All right, speaking of Tracing Back Roots, you guys got to work with John Feldmann on that. What was it like? What was the recording process like working with Feldmann and everything?
It was awesome. It was way different than anything we'd ever done. Like, we had recorded our previous 2 CDs with Joey Sturgis, he's really talented. He's awesome too. And we actually originally were trying to work with Joey and John, but it just came down to scheduling and a bunch of little things that didn't have that go really according to plan. And so we just did the whole thing with John, and it was great. I mean, we flew out to California. This was before I lived there. And so we flew out to California. Dave Kyle and I flew out about 3 weeks before the rest of the band. And we worked a ton on like vocal melodies and stuff, and making sure that lyrics fit into songs. Because writing the lyrics, I kind of have this habit of like, well, I want all these lines to fit because I think that makes sense. And John will be like, well, you know, there's a lot of ways that you could say this to maybe make it a little less wordy, you know. And so it was cool being able to work with John and really get a new perspective on things. And so yeah, I mean, I think that the CD would have not came out near as well if we didn't go with John, if we didn't work in that new, I guess, that new way that we, because in a sense, I mean, we didn't really even like know what we were doing. John knew what he was doing, but we were like, okay, sure, John, let's try this out, you know. And John really opened my mind to, I guess, just different ways to go about writing music and writing songs. Before this, I was kind of set in a way and just a groove. And he was like, well, you know, you could do this instead or do that. And I'm like, really? And, you know, just trying it out and working on that, I think overall just made me a better writer. John really helped develop Dave's, like, singing style. Because, Dave could always sing, but John really gave him like the confidence and the self-esteem to sing like how he wanted to, and to literally just sound confident. I love working with John, and now that I live in California, John is like right down the road, and I just, he's awesome. He's a good friend of mine. I'll text him when I'm on the road to say, hey, thinking about you. And he's a cool guy, man. And I would really like to continue to work with him.
That's cool. Speaking of on the road, I see you guys have the bottles Fireball consume, man. How's that?
Oh, yeah.
How's that going? Is there like one person helping lead you guys in that run, or is that like a team effort type?
Well, it's honestly it's a bit misleading because since we've been touring for I want to say about 6 years, maybe a little, actually maybe more than that. But we've developed these friendships, like the band as a whole has developed friendships with people kind of in every state. So we have a group of friends come out and they bring Fireball and they're like, oh, we drank whatever 4 bottles of Fireball last night. It's like, oh yeah, well there was 15 people here. Like, what did you expect? But actually this tour, like Dave and Kyle especially are really really trying to take care of their voices. We're headlining the tour and it's our first tour on a new CD, and so they're trying to make sure that it's the best that it can possibly be. And so yeah, actually that tally, I don't think Dave, Kyle, or I really contributed to any of that. Maybe through this whole tour, I think I might have contributed to half a tally mark. Maybe.
Or just let everybody know that's not even a percent worth.
Yeah.
A percent
Well, no, I mean, it's
percent
cool.
worth representing.
Fireball was really cool to us. They sent us like a chilled shot dispenser machine and stuff. And the guys really like it, and they've been really cool and been like, oh, you like our stuff? Okay, you can have some. And we're like, cool, thanks. And I mean, it kind of makes sense. Eric is the youngest in the band, and he's about to turn 23 tonight, actually at midnight. And so it's like we're all adults, so it's not like hiding from mom. Yeah, no, mom, Fireball's a candy. It's not alcohol. Kind of overall message or theme to our music and lyrics since we started, and that's been something that since the start really kind of set us apart, and why fans really kind of clung on to us. And it's been great because a lot of our fans, like to this day, Dave on stage asks every day, who's been a fan since Understanding What We've Grown to Be, or To Plant a Seed, or an EP called Dreams that we released in 2009. It's a long time ago. We were still unsigned when we released that. And there's still a lot of people that have supported us through like all of the years. And I really think that it's like the message behind the band that they really cling to, the lyrics and stuff. I mean, we do these like VIP meet and greets all the time. And a lot of times today, I saw 3 lyric tattoos. Like one kid had our hope symbol tattooed up on his chest. And then these 2 girls had, one of them had a lyric from our second CD, and one of them had a lyric from Tracing Back Roots. And it's, it's something really meaningful, and I think that's really, really what gets people, I guess, attached to our band.
Like you said, with the with the meaning, you guys speak like a lot of people know it's like they go have to think hardcore, but then you listen to your lyrics, it's very like you said, it has a message.
Yeah.
With everything going on in the world right now, with all the the bullying thing, how when you're writing lyrics, what's going through your mind and everything.
I really just write, when I'm writing, it's just about like things that happen to me, things that are going on in my life, something like a personal situation. So for me, it makes it really real and I guess heartfelt. But then I'm trying to write it in a way that anybody can relate their life to it. Okay. That anybody could take those lyrics and be like, oh, this directly applies to what's going on in my life, not this one specific situation that happened to Joshua from WCAR one time. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's hard, but I think overall, over the course of our band, we've done a really good job at just trying to like include everyone, I guess, in the theme of our band and message. I mean, I think it's a very inclusive thing. Like, we want people to feel loved or accepted or anything like that, and that's something that every person wants to feel. So, we try to, I guess, just let people know that it's not a good thing to try to like go through life alone and try to take the lonely high road. Well, let's see. if you don't like screaming, you probably won't like our band. We do some of that, but we also have some songs that are all singing. Our songs are just basically just about life and things that go on in it, relationships and how that affects your life and how you either make it through or fight through it, how you deal with, past maybe mistakes or I guess, bad habits or things that you do that you're not necessarily proud of or things that are weighing you down. It's, I don't know, it's kind of like a little handbook on how I've tried to make it through life and how I think is the best or easy way, or rather how our band thinks it's the best or the easiest or the most fulfilling, the most loving way.